Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Hades, where today we are going to do Rama a little bit of justice by finally defeating Hades with it. And after we do this, I think if we're going to go for 32 heat, and I think we're going to give it at least a shot, I think it's time to start strategizing in that direction. I'm not going to be concerned about it too much right now, but a thing that we probably want to think about for that is we would probably want to do it with a weapon aspect that is fully upgraded. So we're going to want to have a lot of blood on hand for whatever we want to try it with. I mean, we could certainly just go for like a Guan Yu or something, but I don't know. I'm not going to stress about it too much. I'm not going to try to figure out what is the most appropriate aspect for the extremely difficult run right now. Just know that I'm thinking about that in the back of my mind, like how we're going to accumulate the resources and stuff. But for right now, let's just try to get the win with Rama that Rama desperately deserves. Because frankly, it does seem like an incredibly powerful aspect, and I just did a real bad job with it last time. So what do we want to start with here? What are we looking for in particular? All we really want today is to win. And part of the reason I think that we're gonna try hunting that 32 the heat victory is that in most respects, it does not matter whether we win anymore or not. Like, our progression is no longer gated by victories, except in the sense that our access to many resources is gated by victories, and we may need those. We may need those resources for progression. Also, we still have, obviously, to unlock a weapon aspect and 3 more companions, and I do not know who they would come from. We got these 3 from people that we sort of got romantical with, and I don't know who else we're allowed to do romance on. So we'll figure it out, I guess, or maybe it will be other stuff that unlocks them. Who knows? Anyway, what are we doing here? Do we want to try to force a boon early? Do we want to just take 150 gold down there and figure it out? You know what? I kind of want to force. It would be cool if we could get what do you call it? Hangover on special. I bet would be good. And then what's that? There's that legendary boon with Dionysus that we were trying to get that never actually came up. How exactly does that work? Yeah, this seems real good. Let's try to do a blackout run. Let's see if we can't do a blackout run. I know we just did a run with the festive fog, but can you blame me? It's real good. And we'll pick up a bunch of darkness and stuff here.
Won't get extra bounties this way, but why not?
I'll tell you why not, because we might get murdered. And yet, here we go.
There.
Alright, show me something.
Lord Dionysus, mate. You must have no shortage of supreme vintage at your disposal, but this one's from me.
Why, Zach, how positively thoughtful, man. I mean, I love it. Positively love this stuff. And I am very moved that you would think of me for it. Heard you wrestled with some satyrs near the surface, Zach. Nice work making it that far. And I just want to let you know that they are definitely not my crew, man. Satyrs I know aren't like that at all.
So yeah, trippy shot or hangover on special are the things we're looking for. Obviously, I would prefer a higher rarity here, and so I'm sort of thinking maybe we re-roll on this one, hoping for either this at a higher rarity or the special thing at a higher rarity, because like it's a pretty significant damage difference, right? And it's even more significant as a base to which to apply palms. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna spend the re-roll. Okay. I'll take the rare version of Flourish. That's fine. Ooh, premium vintage, also very exciting. I think we got to start working, but that is an interesting one. Why am I so bad at shooting? Oh, there we go. I mean, I'll tell you why, because I'm shooting at the mass of his body rather than at the bottom of his body. Okay, this is a pretty good time to be picking up a random pomegranate slice.
You can't stop me.
What is wrong with me? Okay, I gotta get my act together over here. So isn't this supposed to bounce? Why is it not bouncing? Also, I do have a little bit of a question. I'm realizing I'm not 100% sure. When you hit an opponent who is armored, it seems like the attack damage is capped at the amount of armor they have. But is that just the effective damage dealt to that person, or does that actually limit the damage of the attack there such that it shares a smaller amount of damage across the shared suffering link? Because that can be important, right, for targeting and prioritizing and stuff.
All right.
Unfortunately, I suspect there's no easy way for us to figure that out. Oh hey, fish. Void fish. Special imaginary chaos fish. That for some reason the chef doesn't seem to be weirded out by at all.
Got you. It's a void skate.
It's so weird looking. It's such a weird looking critter. Where is he? Look at him. He's just like made of a starry void. A hell of a thing.
We are the sum of all decisions that we make and that are made for us.
Okay, sure. I agree with you. So... I mean, cast damage up is definitely still interesting. Obviously, it's a little bit less crucial with this build than it was with the last one. I'm gonna, perhaps unwisely, spend our other point of persuasion here. Show me... Oh, not really. I guess I'll take this.
Do what you think is best.
I was really hoping for bonus attack damage, obviously. Do we want Athena? I do not remember what their duo is. Is it a thing that is worth building toward? Calculated risk. It's fine. Honestly, that's pretty good. And it's just like get any of the basics on Athena. I mean, you know, I'm not opposed to an Athena dash, and the attack would also be pretty good. Actually, yeah, let's go for this. She has a pretty decent attack modifier. Okay, there we go, it's bouncing. Yeah, wow, we're really, we're seeing the effect of that hangover already, huh? The fact that each cast of the special applies 3 stacks is very significant. God, Zagreus can't keep his hands off of anybody, can he? Yeah, it kind of doesn't even make sense for me to use my normal attack against any of these guys.
I have a simple token for you, Goddess, although it's insufficient thanks for all the aid you've given me.
You are most gracious, cousin, to extend this offering. You honor me, yet I would ask you think of your well-being for the time, not mine. Why, you wield Coronac the Heartseeker. I never took you for an archer, though the power of that bow is undeniable. Use it wisely.
I wonder, does each god have a thing for each weapon? It might be the case, actually. This sucks. We got a horrible set of boons here. And I am thinking... Boy. No, this is just awful. I guess we'll take Holy Shield?
Divine protection.
That was a really, really bad set. Well, I wouldn't be opposed to weaken on attack either. I think I would actually have preferred the deflect, but the weaken does come with a larger percentage damage modifier. And, you know, given this weapon, that counts for a lot. Yeah, man, if Athena had shown us attack or dash, I would have been real happy.
My Lady Aphrodite, if not for our acquaintance, I'm certain that my days or nights would be much drearier indeed.
Why, dearest, such a wonderfully thoughtful gift for me. I love it, and I would be lying if I said you shouldn't have. You've met Athena, dearest, so you know not all the ladies on Olympus are alike. And I, for one, am grateful to our forebears for that.
Well, okay, really early epic life affirmation is also definitely interesting. Yeah,
Beautiful.
I'll take it. So, big heart or go visit Boldy? I mean, we kind of got to take the big heart. We're at 100 health, and also we just got epic life affirmation, so...
Yes, here I come.
I do like to say what's up to Boldy, but...
Don't let yourself get hit, or else, boy.
Alright, and this time, take it seriously. Oh, screw this noise. So remember, our dash is slightly less effective than usual, which is certainly going to play a part here. Yeah, man, I really, really like this special modifier, though. Sadly, it does not reach quite as far as I want it to. I'm glad that we seem to have gotten through the chariots, though. This also seems to cheat a little bit, like it seems to go around walls, which I really appreciate. Okay, got one of them with shared suffering. I remember how the mechanics of the thing work. Okay, I'm pretty sure what we just saw there is that the amount of damage that the thing we shot can take does not seem to limit the amount that gets shared across to other things. I think that's what we learned. Interesting. I think we're going to go for the trial. Yeah, this is another opportunity for weaken on shot, which I would totally take. And for the Dionysus cast, which I would also totally take. I think I'd rather deal with Aphrodite's Wrath here.
Cheers to you then, man.
Okay, well, we are not given the option of the thing we really want, but we are given the option of this, and I'll take it.
They say a lot of things about me, dearest, and they'll tell you in your dealings with me, ample caution is in order. Let me show you why.
Well, that's that.
Okay, the palm applied to Drunken Flourish, which is exactly where we wanted it. On the whole, pretty happy about how things have gone so far here. And Deuce is calling me up being like, do you need me to show up? Do you need me to come through? You gotta appreciate that.
Okay.
This is a lot of witches though, huh? I'm trying to keep an eye on that heart, but it's not easy to keep... Yep. Really good example. Not easy to keep an eye on everything that's going on here. I'll tell you what, that Athena boon is actually getting a little bit of work. The most important thing is that we apply these hangover charges because they're very significant. Also, the special is extremely good at obliterating the projectiles that are coming at us.
I'd say this little squabble can be put to bed for now. I'm better for the moment, but I was very angry with you, love.
Okay, well, we are getting... we are absolutely getting the screw here. I guess we'll take Aphrodite's aid. It's fine. But yeah, nobody wants to show us anything that looks like the stuff that we want from them.
You lads again, huh?
Let's try to get some sharing up and then hit a couple of big shots. Yeah, man, look at how quickly the damage distributes. I am not in the habit of hitting the power shot timing here, though.
Goddess Athena, in the name of Hades.
Show me attack? Yes. I will absolutely take that. That seems great. Okay, things are coming together. And we've gotten a fair number of boons here. I'm actually really happy with the number of boons we have already. And we have some really great health gain stuff. Like, we are not going to need nearly as many hearts to reach an amount of health that I feel comfortable with. Or alternatively, we could hunt hearts with the same fervor as usual and simply end up at 600 health. Let's just keep poisoning everything. All these enemies have very poor HP. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to put a lot of damage up on bosses very quickly. That said, I'm having a little bit of trouble getting stuff to bounce where I want it to. I guess the idea with Rama is not that you use the bounce as a way of killing, primarily, but that you use it as a... You're supposed to use the attack for that, right? If they're grouped up, you just want to fire your normal attack into them. I think we hold off. We're close to enough money to be comfortable shopping, so... Right, put up the shared suffering first, then do all the shooting. And the more enemies you can shoot at once, the better the damage to share. Yeah, I think this is one of my favorite of the hidden aspects. It's so cool. It gives you some really, like, legitimately different tactical concerns in the moment, targeting stuff, and then also, it's got a kind of power that feels quite different from the other bow aspects. Oh yeah, I'm definitely in on a hammer at this point. We do not need to go up to 250 health just yet. That said, I would be overjoyed to see some nectar. I feel like we really, honestly, over the last quite a long while, have not seen that much nectar as room rewards. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Get dead.
You tell him, Zagreus. That's the best trash talk Achilles was able to teach him. Let's just rain a couple of arrows over here. Man, can I tell you, I've been having it play over and over in my head. That thing I was saying about trying to figure out if shooting at enemies with shielded effects on them was potentially going to limit the amount of damage that was shared across from them to other enemies. Trying to explain a complicated concept like that with any degree of precision while also playing this video game is like a total nightmare. And I've just been like, I'm shame spiraling in my head like, oh my god, I said that in such a dumb way. Nobody's going to know what I'm talking about. They're all going to think I'm crazy. Just to give you a little view into my into my headspace. All right. Power shot is real good and also easier. Or twin shot. I think I like easier power shot. Because twin shot obviously is nice for just straight doubling your damage, but
The deadliest bow of all.
I don't necessarily want to shorten my range, you know? So, how many boons do we have that a palm could apply to? I don't think they can apply to Life Affirmation. They definitely can apply to Holy Shield. I don't think they can apply to Premium Vintage. So we have like 4 boons that a palm could apply to, and 2 of them we'd really like more levels on. I think we can do that over the heart. I think we have a weapon that's safe enough. Oh, we get the heart anyway. Never mind.
I heard there was a matter that required my attention here.
Sorry, I'm being a little bit presumptuous. We potentially get the heart anyway.
And here they come.
And here they fall. You're already dead.
Damn it. He's actually going to be pretty good at getting these off of us. Yeah, that sucks. I'm doing it. I'm getting there, but it's not easy. I'm feeling very panicked a lot of the time. The presence of the blue health is way more of a problem for me than it is for Thanatos. Yeah, we are definitely getting the power shot now, which is nice. It's a fun change of pace. Yo, what in the hell? Also, I really wish that my bouncing special would bounce a little bit more reliably.
Think you can beat me?
Why are there so many enemies? It's like they're trying to make it possible for him to catch up, and every time we gain, they have to throw another wave or two on just to make sure that there's some chance that we could lose here. Because, like, look at the number of enemies we've had to kill.
And that's the end of that.
That was 52 enemies, most of whom were brutes. That's not how rooms work in this part of the game. I think we're just going to keep pumping this.
Stronger still.
Here's something for the show. You're welcome. Go.
Oh, Than.
Hey, wait, that actually gave us 25. Oh, this says chamber rewards. That was not a chamber reward. Okay. So it'll only work on the hearts that we actually take. Okay, that makes sense. It's still pretty good. So palms are pretty good right now, but I think there's a reasonable chance we're going to get palm plus boon here, so. No, we're going to get boon plus boon. I am fine with that.
Lucky find.
And in fact, we can still buy the food.
Cheers, mate.
We're early enough that side hustle seems pretty good to me.
This is for you. I trust the riverboatman Charon has been keeping plenty busy lately, thanks to me.
I don't know. You really would have to ask him about that. I'm not necessarily opposed to blade dash. We're going to be dashing away from enemies a fair amount. Just like leave a thing behind to annoy them. Yeah, I'll take that. I don't think we need this health. Yeah, I'm gonna save the money. I think we can afford to save the money. To Symphony?
Hello, Fury
Yeah.
Sisters.
Zadarer is so close. You're doing so well. Honestly, this is the plot line that I find myself the most invested in right now.
Oh, you're so close to Symphony. Remember Zagreus? That's me. I'm not your enemy, you know. Don't you know that? I'm only Zagreus.
She did it! I'm so proud. She's absolutely still gonna try to kill me. I really appreciate that Meg was here to see this moment of triumph. Where is she? Oh, she's all the way over there. Gotta make sure her blood is boiling, and her suffering is shared, and her hang is over. At some point the the bit breaks down. Yeah, this is going okay. Right, use the special. The special does kill projectiles. That's pretty damn good. This is a good weapon. It's a good, powerful aspect. We are getting the bonus on the darkness from chamber rewards. But we do not get it on hearts that we acquire in other means, so I'm assuming it wouldn't apply to hearts from the shop either.
Tartarus has proved unable to contain you.
Okay.
I would say that is a fair assessment of the situation. So we really want to try to force more Dionysus boons, but unfortunately we do not have the ability to do so. That being the case, what do we want? I mean, obviously the adamant arrowhead is always, always good. We could force more Athena stuff, more Ares stuff. It's actually pretty hard to know what's going to be valuable here. Are we hunting any duos from any of the people that we have? Like, what would even be good? I guess low tolerance, but that would require us to take a passion dash, crush shot. Yeah, we don't really want to take any of this stuff, right? Like, I don't want to lose my deflect on attack. We could overwrite the Ares dash, I suppose. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but I don't really want to lose Ares. Yeah, maybe we should take something else. Maybe we should take something that doesn't force a god and just kind of let things let things get felt out here. If we're doing that, we could try leveling up the Palm Blossom. I actually think Palm Blossom's pretty good. I think in general pomegranates, I undervalued them early on in the series, and I've really come around on them, especially in certain circumstances. So maybe we just work on leveling this thing up. I think that's okay. We'll get a couple of pomegranate bonuses, and we'll put some levels on that.
So much for Tartarus.
Because I do not know what we want, I will just let the game give us whatever it wants to give us. In theory, if you're using Family Favorite, it is probably actually correct to force a new god that you don't have every time that you go back to the keepsake thing. But I just... no idea what to take.
You're mine.
And I hate to be like, you know what, it's just 15 heat, this is easy, but, you know, we've certainly gotten through here with some very non-optimal play in the past. We probably don't have to be, like, optimizing within an inch of our lives. We'll figure it out. I didn't let go of the shot quickly enough for it to do the deflect. That's the only danger, really, with, with the deflect on attack with this bow, is that you are often incentivized to hold the attack for so long. Let's just get a bunch of those out. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm actually already, I think, getting some decent benefit out of the Ares dash.
There's something. Hermes, my friend. May I call you my friend? I hope this modest offering will lift your spirits but won't slow you down.
I look like I've got the sort of time to sit next to cuz, well, guess what? I do. So cheers.
You imagine he could just do anything fast enough that he always has time.
I think you're close with Orpheus down there. You get the chance, you tell him I said hey. He's pretty decent with that lyre of his last time I checked.
Let me tell you about my lyre skills. I don't really want to spend my reroll, but I don't think that any of these are amazing. I'm a little leery of speeding up our attack, just because I'm just now starting to adjust to the timing. This is probably right, though. Our special doesn't really need to be much faster. It's already very fast. I'm going to take it. And... I mean, what are the odds that we're definitely going to come out in good shape on that. So I guess let's do it. There's no reason not to do it.
Sure, why not?
Those tropes are not for you.
I don't know that we're actually going to get a lot of benefit out of it, though. Oh, you know what? It just struck me. We spoke to Ares, and he didn't affirm our prophecy progress. So maybe the deal with that prophecy was actually that you have to kill like 10,000 people after it is after it's given to you. It's not have killed 10,000; it's killed 10,000 more.
They have their chance.
I'll take it.
Yeah, did we even get any gold for that? I think there was no value to doing that, except that it's fun to shoot people in the game. So we probably just want to take the Aphrodite thing. I don't want to end up on Crush Shot, but... Boy, what does she have that we would want? I'm honestly considering going for that that palm. Let's see. We don't want to take Crush Shot. I don't want to overwrite any of the stuff we currently have. We don't currently have anything that inflicts weaken. So there's a lot of stuff that we don't actually have the ability to even gain. I sort of think... Okay, we could get Parting Shot, I suppose. I'm sort of thinking maybe we want to just take the palm. We have a fair number of boons where a palm is still really good.
And we're off.
And I don't necessarily know that I care too much about that duo boon. I know it did, like, just happen there. But backstab boons can be very difficult to take advantage of with a bow, with any kind of real ranged weapon. I do love it when the thing that's supposed to bounce actually does the bouncing. Okay, I think Divine Strike is a perfectly reasonable thing to take a palm on. And then money versus shopping is money versus palm is palm, probably. Yeah, well, at 166, maybe I do just want to take the money so that we're ready to shop if the shop appears again. I think I'm going to lean in on this. We're just going to go super deep on leveling up these boons. Hey, that's pretty good damage output. That was without even, without so much as a boiling blood bonus. Wow, I managed to weave that directly between all of the enemies. Oh, that's a bad place to dash. I do so hate the jumping skeletons. It's like anytime you have a projectile that would hit one of them instead. Leap it.
Power of the gods.
Alright, one thing I really love about these hangover bonuses is that, like, each point of hangover damage is really significant, but because the game doesn't deal in fractional damage, they can't scale the value of a palm down any lower than 1 point.
Juicy.
So the palms just remain effective against or on them, like, forever.
Hey, money.
Never have enough money. So what are we thinking? I think it's probably Ares here. I think it's going to be Ares. There's a lot of cool Athena stuff, but also we can get that thing that, like, makes our blade rifts pull enemies in. We can get some cool Doom stuff. I am not opposed to a revenge Doom, even if we do have to get it through actual revenge. Ooh, I did a very nearly very bad job on that one. I don't know if we're actually sharing damage to him while he's up there. It looks like we probably are. Boy, I don't like the fact that that's dealing damage to me, despite the fact that I'm very clearly dashing across it. Ah. Tried to get greedy. Damn it.
Don't let it go to your head.
See, the blade rifts are doing great work.
10,000 souls have fallen to you now, my hellborn kin. I am rather beside myself, I must admit. Fine work.
Okay, apparently everything I was saying was wrong. We're totally good. Prophecy achieved. So Engulfing Vortex is definitely compelling, although I think, given the option of taking Epic Urge to Kill, we have to take Epic Urge to Kill.
I will keep fighting.
So, Palms versus Money is Palms.
Time for more pain.
No matter how many times they offer it to us, it's gonna keep being Palms.
One scratch and all your efforts will be lost.
Let's go, you wretches.
Some real, like, Zagreus trying to keep the game a little bit less than R-rated. You could tell. He said, you wretches, but you could tell in his voice what he meant was, motherfuckers. I don't like this. I don't like it when they make me run through them. It helps if you hit them. It helps if you aim the bow at them in such a way that the projectiles touch the enemies. Again, I find myself aiming at sort of like the middle part of the enemy instead of at their feet.
The dead are useless.
What do I get?
Did I just get a level up on Holy Shield without having picked up the thing? Huh.
Delicious.
Oh, right, from the Palm Blossom, duh. Okay, I like this. Yeah, I think we're going Divine Strike up to 4. That's not gonna be that hard, really, right? We take the Dionysus Boon first, and we're really looking for a Dionysus Boon. We would love to get Trippy Shot, so this feels like the obvious choice.
Hey, now that is something, yeah.
Ah, I love Strong Drink, you monster. How dare you make me choose?
A senseless, punishable choice. But if you wish to face the consequences, so be it.
Had to choose. Here comes her.
And hey, what a surprise. One of the gods feels like I did something punishable. Who would have thought? Yeah, I definitely think we're gonna be doing a lot of specialing on this one.
Heads up.
That's it, Zagreus. You just keep saying it. It'll wrap around. It'll turn funny eventually. If I learned anything from Adult Swim, it's that a thing's only unfunny because you haven't done it enough times. These are the rules of comedy. A thing that is funny once is unfunny 3 times, but is really funny the 7th time. Yeah, actually, we're, like, super good at fighting melee enemies. Please stop being impervious. We're definitely getting real damage in. I appreciate him leaping out of the imperviousness zone.
You see, I have my father's temper, Zagreus. I am able to keep it in check, though I expect you to do your part.
Wow, that is some... I would not want to be in a relationship with Athena, is all I'm saying. So, I think we're not going to reroll here, because I want to save my reroll for the next time. I'm hoping we'll see Dionysus again, and we'll reroll and try to get into his legendary. So I'm going to just take Bronze Skin. I mean, I sure do get hit by traps sometimes. I'm going to take Bronze Skin.
Your wisdom guide me.
So, Shop versus Heart is probably Shop. Which means I don't want to buy anything terribly expensive here. I would be reluctant to drop below 350 gold. Let's see if there's a gold pot that we missed anywhere around here. There is not. So we probably will not need 350 gold in the shop. We usually don't. But I'm going to take the eye. And we're just going to hope that if we need 350 gold, there's a gold pot in there. Oh, right, I forgot about side hustle as well. Well, it turns out we only needed 300 to cap it out. Let's take the palm now.
Should help keep me going.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. That seems just fine. Blinding Flash is actually pretty compelling here as well, though. I think let's take calculated risk. Yeah, backstab damage is unreliable with a ranged weapon, because it's so much harder to change angles on enemies. Alright, let's go fight us a Hydra. I am bummed out to have not taken Epic Strong Drink. You guys know how I feel about
I need to
that.
kill you once again.
Oh, sweet Lerny. How dare you! Using your stupid jump attack to invalidate my very well-timed shot. Holy shit! Okay, we're fine where we are, I just can't move at all. Fortunately, the bow is one of the few weapons that doesn't move you around by itself while you're working. With a lot of weapons, it's not even really your choice whether you stand still or not.
You there?
We may not have needed her, but you know, why not bring her on? She does love to feel useful. Alright, she is going to get all those summons up. Actually, maybe not. Maybe the summons got killed. Maybe Deuce handled them. This aspect is so powerful. What a just, like, incredibly silly and powerful aspect this is. It turns out that Eye of Lamia may have been completely unnecessary. So, like, do I just want to keep the Palm Blossom on? Where are we at on this? A lot of encounters. I actually think I'm just going to keep it. I think it's doing real good work for us, and I want it leveled up, so... Alright, I would have taken, like, Yarn, probably, if there had been Yarn available. Although I guess we're hoping to see a legendary anyway, and I don't know if the Yarn increases your chances of seeing a legendary. I think it just... I think legendary and duo are outside of the normal rarity, like, progression. They're sort of off to the side. They're not part of the scale. Yeah, let's take the other hammer boon. I wanna get a cool thing. I don't know exactly what we're looking for, but I want the thing. I am super bummed out that they did not die from that. I thought that was going to be so much damage it would surely kill them. You deserve exactly what you get. Chasing me into the fog. Who do you think you are? Oh dear. Alright, that shared quite a lot of damage. Ah. I'm still not getting the power shot timings right. How are you still alive? I thought for sure it would have gotten shared suffering. I guess that when I saw the shots bouncing off of this orb, I assumed they were going over there, but clearly they were not. Ooh. Relentless Volley might actually be amazing for us with the hangover stacking. We're gonna take this.
Done and done.
That's a lot of very tightly grouped arrows. Also, you know, it's just like straight up damage. Damage is good. Yeah, Palm? Palm versus money. We have so many boons for the Palm to apply to now, but like, I think a pretty large portion of them are still boons that I actually want the improvements on. There are some things where a Palm will just never be good, And then there are some things where the palm's not good in your build, but I think we're doing really well on that kind of stuff, actually. Yeah, I feel very powerful. I feel very powerful to a silly degree. I guess I don't really need to, I don't need to double tap enemies with the special anymore. We max out their hangover stacks with a single shot now. I mean, provided that either we're close enough or they're large enough that the whole volley hits them, that is. Yeah, I gotta say, I really do like the bloodstone regeneration over the being able to volley but having to pick your bloodstones back up.
He's fully recovered.
It just, it reduces the mental overhead of using your cast, and in particular with something like this, where the bloodstones don't get stuck in the enemy, and you're likely to fire them into the distance and then have to like actually run out of your way to pick them up.
Good enough to eat.
It's just very convenient. Alright, 4% all damage seems absolutely fine to me.
Yum.
Very crunchy for a thing that's just sort of floating in midair. So it's a little concerning. So, do I want to take that heart? Probably not. I probably want to go see Patroclus. So we're still really early in the run, and... boy, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just thinking, like, we don't really need the Hydrolite, and we won't have the attack bonus up for the boss even if we take it now. So maybe I do just want a heart. And I don't know that we've given him all the nectar we can give him. I'm not sure if we're advancing his story anymore or not. We might be like waiting for something to happen. Maybe with like Achilles. Let's go this way. The heart is good, but I really, really don't want to do anything that might slow down story progression. I want to see their plot resolved. My man is sounding a little bit bitter today.
Oh. He's just as obstinate as ever, isn't he? Always refused to budge. He ever tell you of the war in which we fought? I fought, I should say. He could have ended it, but he refused to take up arms.
Achilles hasn't been particularly forthcoming about his mortal days, no. So he wouldn't fight. I've heard that mortals sometimes frown on that, but why should he have fought if he didn't believe in the cause?
He shared our cause. So what if it was not completely his? If not for his stubbornness, I would have come here just a bit later, I think.
He blames himself for what happened to you, you know. I figured he failed to defend you or something, not that he didn't fight at all. Although he said something about how, once you died, he shortly followed in a rage.
I wouldn't know a thing about that, stranger, for you see, I was already dead. Getting my place here in the afterlife all sorted out. Took quite some time, getting accustomed to all this.
Okay, that felt pretty significant. I'm glad we came this way. So, oh, you know what? Cyclops Jerky does last 10 encounters. I guess I assumed it was like the same length as the Hydrolite. Let's take the Cyclops Jerky. I'm sure this will still be active for Theseus and the Minotaur.
So be it.
Athena... okay, yeah. We are not in a good position to shop right now. So we've been getting pretty lucky here where, like, me not having any money has not really been harming us.
What's regenerating?
Just trying to make sure we're not going to get shot in the backside. We definitely do not need the Dionysus Legendary. If we were to get it, I think this would probably be an incredibly powerful build. Frankly, I'm starting to wonder if this is the weapon we should use for the 32 heat clears. Or for the 32 heat attempts. Because I think probably it's going to be the case that the way that it makes sense to do that is to pick one weapon, sort of drill on it, and figure out like what are all the most optimal situations and the most optimal strategies to pursue with that weapon. It's probably gonna... excuse me. It's probably going to require a little bit of time spent head down in the codex, you know? Oop, why would I do that? Why would I dash toward that? Hey, you. Share the suffering.
In the name of Hades.
Okay, at this point... Well, Brilliant Riposte is actually meaningful for us. I mean, we're not doing a ton of deflecting, I guess, but sometimes we will be. And in rooms where it matters, you really want it to go off quickly. And we're probably not going to be getting a lot of backstabs. Yeah. I'll take this. Brilliant Riposte is good. Yeah, Dionysus. Cannot pass the Dionysus. I think it's pretty much always worth taking that, and we're in Chamber 30. I'm going to take more Cyclops Jerky, I think. At the risk of leaving us unable to shop.
Appears it's time we challenge one another once again. Prepare.
I think Asterius is going to find that this is going to hurt a lot. There it is. I'm getting it some of the time. Gotta make sure we maintain our hangover.
So.
Oh, I did go directly into his face. What are they always saying about messing with bulls? You should get the horns? Let's try it. Let's give it a shot.
Well done.
Criminy.
Got him again.
Just the damage output. It's so great. It's meaning large or immense.
Olympus, I accept this message.
It's also like great. Yep, blackout. Okay, seems like a huge winner. So they just take plus 60% damage from everything, as long as they're hungover and in the fog? I mean... We're gonna fuck Hades up real bad.
More strongbows?
I hardly even get to see what's going on. We're doing so much damage so quickly. Okay, well, the damage is not going to get shared if you miss the enemy entirely. Also, if the people with the hangover on them die before you can even hit them, or the people with the shared suffering on them die from hangover before you can even hit them, that also prevents the sharing. Make sure all of my stuff is applied to everybody. It is actually kind of stressful to play this build in a way that approaches optimal. There's a lot of things to do. Damn it. Apparently I have a greater call up. Aphrodite, just pop somebody, would you? I was hoping he would walk around the corner there. Honestly, it is probably the case that a special is enough with these guys. Like, they probably will just die from the hangover damage, right? So, money, and also money. It's like a weird thing to offer me when I finally have enough money to go to the shop and I actually don't need gold anymore. So we have 247 max HP, which is pretty good, and honestly probably enough. So I'm thinking that we're gonna take this palm. This is going to be slightly more levels than we usually have.
See you.
Like I said, Achilles tried really hard to teach him the trash talk, and it just never never seemed to come very naturally. Did the blue crystal miss? Like, I think it was trying to confer imperviousness on that guy, and it just didn't get close enough. Alright, I love my, my deflect strategy here, but it does not work on the butterflies, sadly. Yeah, enemies taking 60% damage while hungover in the fog isn't even allowing me to apply my attack on most of them, because it's just killing the it's just killing them from the hangover damage. Also, our deflect attack is actually not working the way I wanted it to, because it doesn't interact with enemy projectiles at all, apparently. I could have sworn we saw some deflects. It must have all been from Holy Shield, though.
Power of Olympus.
Well, bummer, man. That's not very good. So, that makes Brilliant Riposte a lot worse. Makes me not want to palm it, for sure. Okay, we are going to take a heart. The game has had enough of me turning down these opportunities. I tell you what, I think we are going to not even, I think we're going to not even bother with Dusa on... Hey, I thought you were going to die. I think we're not even going to bother with Dusa on the Theseus fight. I think we're just going to save it for a Hades and a tough room in Styx. I appreciate that the enemies in the top part of the room are just politely waiting their turn. Or at least they were. Damn it. I'm doing a really good job of letting these guys reform. Alright, where are all those dudes who didn't want to have anything to do with me? Listen, I'm not judging. I totally understand.
When shall they ever learn?
Get him, guy! I was trying to do that in a way that wasn't going to damage him unnecessarily, at least right away.
Useless.
Oof, boy, I took a big chunk of damage right at the end of this room here.
The strength of the centaurs.
Yeah, that wasn't so good. Palm versus Shop is definitely Shop. We're gonna... More Cyclops Turkey? I hope all this is stacking. And then we definitely still have enough to go to the shop. My plan here is to hit Theseus for 1,000 damage.
I'll pay for that.
Non-crit, just straight up 1,000. Okay. We're getting to the point where we have too many boons that are not good for palms. Different League is not very interesting. I guess foes that are dealing damage to me are usually going to be foes that got nearby. Right, like Hades is going to do a lot of his damage when he's close. So maybe Different League is fine. And I kind of don't want to take a thing that applies Weaken, because I just don't want to... I think a lot of the not very exciting Aphrodite boons are things that just modify your weak very slightly. So I'm going to take Different League, so as to avoid having any of those even be available to us.
Pleasure doing business.
Alright, who's ready to hit these guys so hard?
A challenger!
It is as the king said. You will not leave Elysium except through us.
No, suits me. Damn it, must you step out of the fog before I can shoot you even a single time? Hold on a second now. That's a... Okay, well what if I just got hit by literally every attack, no matter where I was in the room? It's my cunning new strategy, where I'm terrible at things. I'm having a hell of a time actually doing any damage while they're in the fog. I don't really know why. It doesn't seem like it should be that hard.
Pierce them through the heart.
Alright, he's gonna bleed to death in real short order here.
You dispatch the bull. Your fiend. Who taught you such sloppy technique? This thing is falling apart.
Okay, well it's not 1,000, but it's good. It's hard to get to 1,000 non-crit. You gotta stack up some serious stuff. Took that right out from under him.
Lady Artemis, I beg you, guide my spear.
Just keep him hungover.
I shall not lose to you again.
I don't know, it's not looking great for you.
You black it.
Yeah, that's an okay build.
That ought to make Theseus shut it for a bit. Something for the mirror.
Nah, come on, we all know. Nothing will make Theseus shut it for a bit.
Until next time, good shade.
Alright, do we want to trade out our Palm Blossom? Because we are at a point in the run where it is definitely...
A disappointing show from Theseus.
We have so many boons that don't really scale well. I guess part of the question is, how close are we to... Boy, it takes a long time to get things from 2 to 3. Jesus. You do a lot of encounters in Styx, though. I'm actually just going to hold on to it. I think things are going just fine. We don't need to mess with things too much. We may as well.
To the surface.
So yeah, I don't even know what I'm planning to do with this reroll. We just have a reroll sitting here. I don't know, like, we're qualified for, I think, a duo boon or two that I don't actually care about. We kind of got the ones that might be interesting. Oh, wait. So, Aphrodite and Dionysus here. Aphrodite and Dionysus here. I mean, you know me. Let's do this thing first. Why is he surprised? This is the first time I've ever seen a giant rat in Styx. Okay, I'm having some problems related to not being able to shoot around corners. Zagreus needs to learn how to curve his arrows like in Wanted. So I guess all we've really been getting out of our attack boon is the damage modifier, since it seems to actually have no deflecting properties. But it's not like that's been bad for us. Ow. How? How did you get through my shield of whirling blades? Stupid, tiny, instantly attacking rats. But see, one of them was poisoned, so we definitely did deflect something. But we've seen it just go through attacks. Yeah, I'm not really sure how it works, or how it is supposed to work. Ow, also. Boy, that guy sure bit me real hard. I think we're safe from the poison vent here at the bottom of the stairs. Oh boy. You have got to stop dashing over the poison pools. Yeah, how do you like it? Turns out they don't actually care that much.
Who dares threaten my little godling?
Oops, that's bad. Poison vents. You know, that thing I'm always concerned about happening. It just happened. I will say that the poison on the ground here is very cunningly placed, such that it is actually impossible to avoid. Or rather, it's impossible to avoid while staying out of the part of the room that gets you hit by other stuff. The rats did a good job there of putting the poison down. Okay, so we took a lot of damage there at the end. That might have been a good room to call in Dusa. Oh hey, fish. Yeah, I probably should have remembered that we have a spare Dusa call. We'll use her in the next ending room, because otherwise I am absolutely going to forget.
Got you.
Ooh.
Stonewall.
That's a new fish. That's a cool new fish. So, do we want another Dionysus spoon? Probably. There's probably good Dionysus stuff. And also, you know, the mini-boss branches are the easy ones. Share this damage with all your friends. Yes.
Should be useful.
Do we want the yarn as well? I don't think so. I think we're gonna just save up here. Hope to be able to buy a fair amount of stuff from Karen's shop. I wish that the targeting indicator was a little bit more honest with you about what was going to happen, right? Because it'll let me draw the circle here, but then if I actually try to throw that, oh, never mind. Apparently, whatever obstruction it was one way. Yeah, see, trying to do it in the opposite direction. It still lets me draw the circle over here. I think when I hold down right-click in this area, if it's not actually going to go here, it should show me where the bounce is actually going to take it. Also, yo, look how long Zagreus' leg is. My dude's whole torso would fit between his hip and his knee. That's weird, right? These people in the underworld got some wild proportions. Wow! Screw this noise. Just unlock him. Okay. That room is a nightmare. Weird. Weird little chamber. Took a weird amount of damage here in this weird little chamber.
Already.
Okay, well I guess we're not even using this extra Dusa
I
charge.
accept this message.
20% positive outlook seems like a winner.
Ah, good. It's still fresh.
How can you even tell? Alright, 450 gold is enough to buy a
I
thing.
go fight some satyrs to get out of here.
So, is there something cool we're still looking for from Dionysus, or would I be better off buying Aphrodite plus Double Palm? We have all the basic stuff covered. We could get High Tolerance, which is kind of whatever. We could get Numbing Sensation, that wouldn't be bad. Do we accidentally have the prereqs for any other duo boon that would be neat? No. But there's a couple of things here that are interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. Because like I was saying, pomegranates have scaled down in value for us a little.
Up in Kayron's nasty stash there, did you, man? Well,
Ooh.
good. Yeah.
What a weird way to put everything that you just said. Oh, cool. Strong drink. Well, I do believe we are re-rolling this one.
Any other boons for me?
I will take a high tolerance. That seems fine. Honestly, it may very well not apply very much because there's a good chance that we will not be trying to stand in our festive fog. And then the question is, like, do we think it's worthwhile, like, going to the gold? If we go to the gold branch, we will probably make enough money to buy the Aphrodite boon as well. And it would give us more levels on our Palm Blossom. I think we're just gonna... let's just go.
Thus has the prince again persuaded fearsome Cerberus to get out of his way.
Thanks, boy.
Nah, Cerberus would never doubt you. Cerberus believes very strongly in all of his people, as I think most dogs do.
I don't think I'll ever get accustomed to the breeze.
That pomegranate blossom. I caught its subtle scent as you approached. The queen has her mother's strength, and much more self-control.
What, you're afraid of a little flower now, father? One that imbues me with the fiercest might of Olympus, granted, but still, it looks harmless at least.
I fear your little flower there much more than you. The queen and her mother, they possess power over life, thus power over death.
And some of them don't always use it in a responsible fashion.
You brought this on yourself.
I might say the same to you.
Darkness.
Oh, coward. He does keep moving out of the fog, which I do not appreciate.
Darkness.
Where are you?
Man, when I finally hit the damn thing correctly, of course he's gonna darken us out of there immediately.
Why don't you let your wretches rest in peace?
How is
Wow, this is a larger number of wretches than we get on the first one usually, isn't it? Oh, that's gonna blow up, and I'm gonna be right next to it when it does. Okay. Actually, not a bad time for a greater call. What am I doing? Why am I even bothering? I'm having a really hard time getting any value out of my my legendary here. Dad does not sit still very well.
You called Prince Zagreus? What is the clothing doing here?
They even have a line for it not being the first time you've summoned Dusa into the fight. Yeah, they have a version of it where he says again. That was actually quite significant. The fact that the little eye was standing in front of him, and so we got to share the damage like that.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, wow. Oop. There we go. Man, how did I manage to miss that? Yeah, see, we totally got the deflect on that Bloodstone. So it seems to mostly not work the way I wanted to, but not always. Ow, got stuck on the terrain. Ow, that was pretty bad.
Would be my pleasure.
Oh, that sucks. That's not a good use of my greater call at all.
It seems fought well.
Honestly, I thought it was pretty sloppy, but the bow absolutely super carried us. Favored and envied. I do feel pretty favored. I don't know what the envied part is, but I definitely feel like Dionysus came through for us in a really big way there. Yeah, that's a bananas powerful aspect. Oh, and different league leveled up. Hooray! More damage reduction.
Horned creatures are familiar to Zagreus, having fought countless satyrs and the like. But he discovers this time that not even satyrs possess the sheer, ferocious power of a startled mountain goat.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those mountain goats. I wouldn't want to tangle with one, especially if you're in a place where a mountain goat's likely to be. Balance is probably going to be a factor, and he's got it. He's got it more than you do.
What? Welcome to the House of Hades. Just come on in.
I knew you could do it.
Have you?
Alright, hold on, everybody. Yo, dude, we gotta do something about this Patroclus situation.
I know that it's a painful subject, sir, but can you tell me what exactly happened in the war that claimed Patroclus and yourself? He brought it up. Said you refused to fight.
Until he died. I did refuse to fight until he died. But at that point... Look, lad. If we're going to discuss these matters, best we do so in the lounge, not here. The fool of a king I served. I'd never take up arms for him. But Patroclus, he always had a different way of looking at things. As I refused to fight, he rose to the occasion, took up my armor, led my brothers into battle in my guise, fought nobly. But then well...
And after you found out, you sought vengeance for him, took vengeance.
That I did. They got me finally, of course. But not before I broke them first. The war soon ended after that. It is an awful contradiction that to quickly end war, one need only extinguish many lives at once. I had not realized it at the time.
Did you allow yourself to die so that you could see Patroclus again here?
I don't know. Maybe. I only know that I was filled with rage. Rage that subsided soon after I arrived here. I felt empty. I never saw Patroclus again. But I learned my brothers honored my last request, as my ashes were laid to rest with his. Anyway, appreciate the drink. Suppose I'd best be getting back to standing quietly about. Though that war, lad, don't ask me about it again. All right?
Of course.
Well, I'm very glad that I decided to talk to Patroclus instead of going after that. What was it, like a palm or something? Oh, hey, look who it is.
Zag. I hope you're ready for some more of the real thing there, Than, because I got you some, and I won't be taking what is this, Zag, for an answer.
That's a solid impression.
Ugh, what is this? Come on already, Zagreus. Are you just messing with me now? How did you even manage to get more of this, much less decide to hand it off to me?
In order, no, I'm not. By ransacking my father's realm repeatedly, and it's because I like you, Thanatos. In case you still have some misgivings about that.
You like me, Zagreus? I never thought. I don't know why that sounds so strange coming from you, given everything that's happened as of late.
Yeah. Look, if you don't feel the same way about me at this point, I would rather know. Cease all these coy gift exchanges and all that.
I never said anything like that. You know what? There's a bunch of mortals I have to go fetch. Goodbye.
Than, wait.
I'm not gonna lie, Thanatos is more than a little bit the kind of dude I am often into, but he's got to step up and stop acting so much like a damn anime character. I might lose interest.
I hope it's not been too much, having to care for Cerberus, is it, Dusa? He isn't quite as fearsome as he seems. At least, that goes for 2 heads out of 3.
Oh, Cerberus is a good boy. He's fine. One of the highlights of the job for sure. We really hit it off after he finally realized I'm not a ball. So, I've been feeding him, grooming him, changing his water dish.
That is probably my favorite line of the game so far.
Cleaning up after him?
Most definitely, yes. If you'll excuse me, by the way, he's gotta go. I mean, I've gotta go. I mean, you know what I mean. Bye.
Fates be merciful.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty big job. And it really doesn't seem like... I know Deuce is the house servant and everything, but just given the logistics and the physics of what must happen there, couldn't we have somebody who's a little larger deal with that, maybe? I mean, not me, obviously, but someone.
You show your father who's in charge next chance you get, all right?
I must say, you made a hollow mockery of Theseus that time.
You know, he does most of that himself.
See you out there, father. Oh, Orpheus, I heard from Hermes, messenger and god of travel and all that. It's odd I'm giving you his message in this case, but he says hey. Admires your musical ability as well.
Oh, that was kind of him, my friend. When I first ventured deep into this realm, while searching for the soul of my lost muse, after I failed utterly, it was Lord Hermes who whisked her away. It happened so fast. He did an excellent job.
I'm glad you took it so well.
Yeah, yeah, he doesn't seem to be harboring any resentment at all, weirdly.
Nyx, the words you told me, when I spoke them to Stygius, the blade revealed to me the form of a great leader among men, taking counsel with his loyal retinue about a circular table. But if his reign is inevitable, why would the fates need me?
That I cannot say, child. It is peculiar having daughters who know every outcome that shall come to pass. It puts a strain on our relationship, and I have learned never to ask they tell me more than they are willing to impart.
Well, thank them for me, please.
Alright, I think we have some pretty cool fish to give you this time.
Some water-dwelling beasts for you, good chef.
Yo!
We're settled up.
That is a lot of darkness. There's actually a lot of gems, too. You know, I still don't really have any sense of what fish are worth what, but it's every time we get to fishing chaos, it seems like a big deal.
That's one prophecy out of the way. This one's for you, ever-bloodthirsty god of war.
I do love a good thing of Titan blood. Interesting that prophecy has its own achievement. I feel like probably it's just that there's a lot of other dialogue that we have to have with Orpheus, but I feel like I should tell Orpheus that I'm actually good at this now. Like I'm actually figuring it out. One more. Okay. So I don't think... Well, we probably want to go trade out some resources, right? You knew it.
You could be hitting me right now, boyo.
Okay. I don't know why I even engaged. I knew what it was going to be.
Hungers.
I guess let's do another run with the Dark Thirst up, because we are still looking for some darkness. And I think maybe by the end of that one, if things haven't clarified a little bit as regards this gun, I might go look it up. Because, like, where are we at with the Olympian gods? I guess we're not super close to moving all of them, although I don't know if we need to actually move all of them. I mean, we're at locks with a bunch of them. It may be the case that I have to get past some of these locks, but I don't have any idea how to do that. I mean, you would think Ares probably... You know what? I bet that prophecy has to do with his lock. I bet next time we talk to him, we'll be able to move through this. So maybe there's one for each of them. Maybe each of the gods that we get up to that point will... but Artemis didn't give us anything. And we've had her locked exactly as long as we had Ares locked, right? And Demeter even longer. Yeah, Alright, well I still don't know. I'm still kind of pawing my way blind through here in the dark. Did we need to talk to anybody else? I'm not sure which fist aspect we'll use. It might be Gilgamesh, it might not. I think the fists have a lot of cool things going on.
Let's have a bat's eye view.
Yeah, we talked to everybody. So I do think that probably... We're not actually done with Dusa, right? Oh no, we totally are. Never mind. It didn't really, resolve. Right? It's sort of just a flirtation. Finally completed Tisiphone's entry. Getting her to say Zagreus was what unlocked the last bit of it. But right, like when we got to the end of Meg's thing, I feel, you know, now we're doing stuff. Now the game is afoot, so to speak.
Why are you here?
I guess maybe that's just how it ends with Dusa. I mean, it's fine, I guess. Doesn't feel as conclusive though, you know. All right, well, I think what we're going to do probably. Do I wanna turn it up to 32 for next episode?
I have this.
Or do I want to do one more run just to gather a bunch of resources? Because we're going to need a bunch of blood, pretty much no matter how we do this. Unless we decide we're going to do it with Guan Yu. Right, we don't really have a lot of weapons that are maxed out. I don't know. I'll think about it. I think this is where we're going to call it for today. And thank you all so much for watching, for sticking with me. The series is, it's a long one. It's gotten to be a longer one than I thought it might be. But I'm having a lot of fun still, and I hope you all are as well. I'm going to do a little bit of pact math over here, try to figure out what our 32 heat might look like, and start to get a sense of what aspect we're going to use for it. And then once we have that, I'll know how many resources we need before we can start getting to it. So come back next time for all of that fun stuff. And we'll see you then.